Manifesting is BS, or is it? I don't think it is. I've used it to get money and girlfriends. The money went to bills and the girlfriends left me, but that's life. Later on, I'll explain what tips and tricks I've learned, or I'll explain right now. Tip 1. Do it correctly. The bare minimum necessary is having a specific goal and then visualizing a process by which you see it coming into fruition. Then you repeat that visualization daily until you succeed. So many people get this wrong somehow. They'll do something like vaguely fantasize about getting a girlfriend and expect one to appear at their door. It doesn't work like that. Manifesting is basically a way to increase the probability of a favorable circumstance. It's like playing dice, but instead of using D6s, you can use D10s to increase the chance of success. So it's not a random girlfriend and money generator. Tip 2. Have a realistic goal. Trying to be invulnerable or fly through the sky like Superman isn't going to happen. You're limited by your karma, mentality, concentration ability, contravening wills, and how moral you are. Let me explain the limits. Karma is like a giant ship steaming at full speed. Manifesting is like setting a new course. You're not going to be able to turn it on a dime. If you can't understand that, it's like having to poop before doing anything else. Mentality. By mentality, I'm talking about bad habits, deeper desires, and unwarranted doubt and suspicion. You want to be skeptical but not cynical or pessimistic. Unwarranted suspicion comes from overconfidence and then failure. It's not your friend's fault you failed to manifest a fleet of Lambos simply because he didn't encourage you. Bad habits like addiction, poor impulse, and poor emotional control make things needlessly hard, and deeper desires can override the surface ones. For example, I had a nihilist friend who tried manifesting $1 trillion to prove manifesting wrong, and he got what he ultimately desired. That is confirmation of his nihilist bias. Concentration ability, visualizing, noticing, and single-pointed focus help immensely. They improve how fast you manifest, and how rare are the things you can manifest. In fact, I don't even think you can manifest without some visualization ability. Contravening wills. Stronger wills and combinations of wills that are stronger will override you. Stronger wills have greater focus, unwavering belief, and greater purpose. An atheist with monomaniacal focus, belief, and purpose will override your average Reddit witch. This is why it's so hard for people to manifest a lottery win. Although I have won mid-level lotteries, it's simply not worth the competitive hassle. Morality. How moral you are will actually improve your chances. And I'm not talking about self-righteousness or ideological fanaticism, but old-school virtue ethics. Being humble, stoic, grateful, self-improving, etc. It makes it so you can concentrate better and you feel better, so you can do more practice. Lots of empathy is like having backdoor concentration abilities. Some people write off empathy alone, although ultimately concentration ability is the greater of the two, as empathy won't get you into trance states. Tip 3. Be specific. The more specific your visualization, the better. Don't just be like, I want a goth mummy GF. Instead, visualize a whole process in detail. For example, visualize going to a tabletop game meetup at a local cafe and meeting someone with similar interests who will become your friend, and then later you start dating them. Tip 4. Manifest something that is a means to an end, not an end in itself. Don't just wish for money. Visualize having money so that you can use it to do something. Reality, God, or whatever will help you out if you're part of a flow. If that sounds flaky to you, look at it this way. If you run 5 miles a day, it becomes easier to reach the first mile than if you only run 1 mile. Tip 5. Have an uplifting goal. The more uplifting the goal, the faster it seems to manifest, especially if it's something personal like self-improvement. I'm not saying purely selfish goals won't manifest, just that they'll be harder. My sister spent 6 years visualizing that she'd be rich, and eventually she married a rich guy. But it took 6 years, while it only took me a few weeks to manifest better habits. Tip 6. Using rituals to aid manifesting is like adding a 50% speed bonus to your manifesting. You can sort of look at rituals as performative stage acts that put you in the right headspace. Once in that space, you can figuratively move mountains with intent. Remember, it's not the ritual objects or specific words that matter, it's the intent and atmosphere or vibe. Tip 7. Get a higher power to help you. Various deities and supernatural entities can help you, although the more unsavory kind usually wants something out of you. One time I bought a sistrum of the Egyptian goddess Hathor. At the time, I was trying to manifest a girlfriend. That night I had a dream that the deity would help me. The next day I was at a park. I saw a girl who had a flat tire and helped her change it. Long story short, I got her number. Tip 8. Be prepared to get what you need, not what you want. Maybe you don't need a supermodel trad wide that will indulge you like a baby. Maybe instead you need an assertive woman who will push you out of your comfort zone. For example, let's say you want to manifest a goth girl that's obsessed with you like my friend did. Then after a few months of manifesting, boom, you meet one on DeviantArt and she actually starts obsessing over you. Now you have a violent stalker making your life a living hell. Congratulations. You got what you wanted, not what you need. Tip 9. Using visualizations to supercharge things. This is the big one. This is the one that will override contravening wills. It's like what tensor calculus is to arithmetic, or OTM. Zero DT options are to penny stocks. It's a whole new level. Since visualizations have no limits, you can do things like imagine trillions upon trillions of yourself as a fractal cloud all trying to manifest. And that's not the only visualizing you can do. This is the only method in which I was able to win lotto tickets. Granted, they were only in the thousands, but still. Alright, those are some things I've experimented with. with Let's Move On. A comprehensive history of manifesting. Transcendentalists made it up or something. I don't know. Then some old guys wrote books in the 50s. Then some guy made a book called The Secret. Or was it a movie? And then Zoomers on TikTok discovered it. Now they're calling manifesting lucky girl syndrome. And now the establishment is saying manifesting is bad for you. Manifesting is toxic. Manifesting is political. Manifesting is sexist and racist. We should ban manifesting culture. Alright, that's enough of this video.